Google, Meta, or TikTok? Where do we start? Where do we advertise? Who do we give money to help us promote our products and services? They're all different and they're all important and they all have the thing that we all need. What is the thing that we all need? Attention. So when it comes to the difference between these platforms, Google and Meta and TikTok, I can tell you one thing. There's two types of traffic, aka humans. There's interruptive traffic of humans and there's search intent traffic of humans. On Google, let's say for example that you have a plumbing business and your job is to do plumbing services, handle plumbing emergencies and so on. You're not going to do great on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok because it's not every day that somebody has a clogged toilet. But when somebody has a clogged toilet, you better be on Google because they're going to be searching for you and they're going to be looking for a plumber to go right then and right now to fix their problem. That's intent-based marketing. You want to make sure that you are there. So that's really valuable. So when it comes to Google, when it comes to YouTube, people are searching for things. They're searching for answers. And it's going to cost you a lot more to put yourself there in front of them, but it's going to be a lot more qualified prospects. So the Facebook and the Instagram game and the TikTok game give you enormous volume of less qualified people because they might not be ready for your business, your brand, or your product right then and there. When we talk about Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok marketing, interruptive marketing is basically just that. It's interrupting whatever somebody's doing on social media to see if you are interested in whatever your product and service is. Like I was just being shown by one of our staff members a video that they got interrupted in on TikTok that tells them about something that you can use when you're snorkeling, which is called lungs, which is super cool, that you can breathe into it and it's oxygen while you're snorkeling. I would have been interested in that if that is showing up for me on social media, and I would have maybe bought one of those things. Maybe, you know what, I'm actually gonna go ahead and buy one of those things because it extends your time while you're snorkeling. But if I'm on Google, I'm not searching for these things because I don't even know they exist. So you see, if you're an e-commerce brand, if you have this great product, if you know your product could generate interest, if your services are unique and special and they could definitely have a demand, then Facebook and Instagram and TikTok might be great for you. So I'm going to tell you really fast the pros and cons of each one of these platforms. On Google, you have high intent people. These are people that are actively searching to solve a problem. You have a very wide network because on Google, they have access to millions of sites that they get to put your ads in front of these people. On Google, you also have YouTube. So you know the YouTube ads? They call them the pre-roll ads. You can actually go into YouTube and you can say, hey, in this video, I want you to put my product because it's going to probably have the right audience in there. You have also great local advertising possibilities because as you can, with the example that I gave you, a plumber, you're going to be able to do that really well on Google. Cons, it's a lot more expensive. It's going to be a lot more. When you can get on Facebook maybe $1 a lead or maybe a few cents a prospect, you're going to pay $10, $20 on Google because it's higher intent marketing. Now, I spend a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on advertising on our brands. A lot, every single month. And I can tell you that I spend most of my money here on Google. And it's maybe like a 60% on Google. Why do I spend so much here? Because I spend a lot of energy on my organic content. I post thousands of times. So I want to retarget these people. And Google is a great platform for me to retarget them and bring them into the next level of the journey. So now moving into Meta ads, the targeting that Meta has is absolutely a game changer. They are better at it than anybody else. If you want to find people that are interested in a subject, they'll be able to get you in front of the right people. And they're only getting better. It is great for direct to consumer and for e-commerce brands. And it is access to billions of people, massive, massive reach. So if you want to go and spend energy, invest your money in reaching a lot of people, Facebook is a great place for branding at scale. And it's going to let your brand build over time. And on TikTok, what's happening right now in 2025 on TikTok? Well, the reach organically is insane. You can have a video that goes and gets 20 million views, and even if you have 100 subscribers, 100 followers, it doesn't really matter. This is still very unique. But what's happening now is that when you run advertising, it feels like a native piece of content. It feels organic. It doesn't feel like an ad piece. So you can create content that feels like part of the platform. As simple as that. You know, Gen Z and millennials, 16 years old to 35 years old, the ones that were born after 1980, these people are there actively on the platform. The older generation is also growing on the platform. But if you have a product that is great for them, TikTok is the platform. Right now, my statistic, my graph of new customers to our brand coming in is exploding solely because of my TikTok efforts right now. So if you want to get an audience that is only on TikTok, there is an enormous amount of people that only actively use TikTok. So you would be missing out on them if you don't target these people. So it is creative heavy. One of the cons that I put on here is that it is heavy on creative. You have to be able to post a lot. Not just one piece of content or one video. You're gonna have to post dozens, if not hundreds of videos, and it has to be a machine. That's why it's so great for influencer marketing. So just to summarize all of it as briefly as I can, if you want to look for high intent, meaning people that are ready to buy your product and service, you do Google. If you want to build a brand, get brand awareness, and have people to retarget, you want to do Facebook. If you want to go viral and you want to scale through video content because you have great video content, you want to do TikTok. You want to do long form video storytelling. You want to do YouTube for that one, because that is the long form video platform right here. If you want to target people that are 16 to 30 years old, well, there is no competition. TikTok is going to win that. If you want to go direct to consumer with product sales, you want to do Meta or TikTok. They're only getting started with this new era of QVC, of online shopping, of home shopping network. TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram are the beginning of that process. If you want to sell a local service, Google is the place to go. That's how you get people to show up to a clinic, to a practice, to a brick and mortar store. Through Google is the number one, but you want to keep on building your brand long term through Facebook and Instagram. If you have an information product or you want to generate leads, Meta or Google are the winning players for that. You can generate a lot of leads. So you have to do all of them, or you can pick the one that's right for your business right now. I do all of them because for me, they're all great opportunities for me to capture attention, and I'm serious about growth. You have to pick what's right for you based on what I just went over. Get started, and you can scale from there and add platforms as you grow.